Hello folks and welcome back to Shogun Total War. I am Kanastep and this is going to be part 7 of my Sengoku Jedi campaign where I'm playing as Clan Imagawa. And while I have gotten myself into quite the pickle here in my war against Clan Shimazu, it's, well, it's more than a pickle, it's a stalemate, which is a pretty bad thing in a game where I need to be taking territory and growing faster than my opponents are. Because in this case, because of the stalemate in the south, I'm falling behind my opponents, and that's from a technological aspect, that's from an economic aspect, that's from a troop numbers aspect. I'm just falling behind in every way right now, and I'm gonna need to figure out a way to break this stalemate here because, as you can see, I am able to take a territory every once in a while. Like I did take Buzin in the last turn, I believe, and before that I was able to take Higo. Wait, what was this? No, yeah, Higo at one point, and that's okay. But they still have better armies than me, better generals than me, and I'm looking at possibly being overwhelmed at some point. I think that my shinobi are the only things that are really keeping me in it at this point. Now, I am sending an emissary out here to Sanuki to potentially find the Shimazu daimyo, but there's something else I'm thinking, because here's the thing, getting an alliance, or not an alliance, but a ceasefire with Shimazu, that's a step, sure, but I think at this point, what I need is something to break this stalemate, because having a ceasefire, that's good and all, but then I'm just kind of stuck where I was in the last point, which is that I'm kind of falling behind economically because I haven't really taken any territory since Shinano on turn 1. So I have a tool out here that I've been kind of neglecting, but that's because I feel like I need it up here, and that is this second stack, this insurance stack, that, I think now is probably the time to activate it and try to send it to Kyushu on kind of a stalemate breaker mission and try to hopefully come down here. And what I'm thinking is this. Now, this is making me nervous because I do want the second stack as insurance up here in Shinano, but if there was a time for me to leave Shinano defended by just my daimyo and his one stack, it'd probably be now, because Yusugi and Hojo are at war with each other. In fact, Yusugi has taken Hitachi, I believe. Let me look at the throne room map. Yeah, so there's a little bit of back and forth going on here. Yusugi has taken Hitachi and Hojo has taken Mutsu. So, they're in a tricky little spot, these two powerhouse factions over here to my north. And Oda is still technically at war with Yusugi, although I don't believe there's been any real attacks either way in quite a while. And Oda is... They've been safe, but they haven't been able to expand into the rebel-held territory here in central Japan. They've been kind of locked up to these territories. I think they might have Echizen, Wakasa, Omi, and Iga, potentially, but I don't think they have Isa. They don't have Yamashiro, Kawachi. They don't have any of these places. So they're in a position where if push comes to shove, and we are allied, but if push comes to shove, they might feel like they could take a shot at me, especially if I leave Shinano, quote-unquote weakened by just having one stack here. And then another faction that might take advantage of this would be Takeda, which actually is not at war with anyone right now, which is kind of disconcerting because that's very un-Takeda of them. Usually they're a clan that likes to get in the mix of things, and that's usually why they don't last very long a lot of the times, is because they don't play their alliances very smartly, and a lot of times they'll just go to war and just kind of burn out and die. And in this case, they might actually come for me, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Now, if they do, I'm not too afraid of just Takeda on themselves, just because they do favor Cav army comps, but because they can't really build those Cav army comps that they prefer, like the heavy Cav, that is. So a lot of times they are stuck in the early to mid game with just these Yari Cav and the Cav archers because they can't really afford to do the heavy Cav and Naginata Cav until they branch out, which a lot of times they can't. So a lot of times Takeda is just stuck with this. Yari Samurai, Ashigaru, archers, and then light Cav. So all in all, these army comps aren't too terrifying. They do have a couple of Nodachi swordsmen, so that's something. But the massive light cav is something that basic samurai armies can deal with. You know, like archers and spearmen are just made to just take on these light cav armies. So I'm not too afraid of that. In addition to that, Oda isn't looking too powerful themselves. They have a lot of Ashigaru, of course. They do have a couple monks, but not a ton. A few archers, but not a ton. So I'm not too worried about Takeda and Oda in and of themselves, but I'm a little bit worried if they weaken me enough, as in they weaken my one stack enough to where Yusugi and Hojo feel like they can pile in. Now, hopefully they stay at war with each other, so that doesn't happen. In addition to that, what I probably should be doing, if I'm going to use this strategy, and if I'm going to bring this stack over to Kyushu, which I'm thinking about doing, what I should probably do in addition to that is go back to using Shinobi in the north, that is, to kind of destabilize things here again, just to kind of keep them on their toes. And yeah, that probably means Kai, maybe, I don't know, there's a lot of troops here, so they might not have issues here in Kai. What happens is the troops will keep the population loyalty up, so it would take a lot of Shinobi to destabilize Kai, but maybe I can get into Sagami or Izu maybe. And then Oda, same thing. Maybe I go to Owari, because there's not a lot of troops here, so maybe if I just do Owari, that's their capital, so I could do a lot of damage potentially by destabilizing this region here. And maybe that would just kind of help things out. And what I'm thinking is this, is that if I do a quick run with this army and then just get it back to Shinano before anything falls apart, how many turns would that take? So this is one turn right here, bringing it from Shinano to Totomi. And then 2 turns to bring it to Hizen, 3 turns Chikugo, 4 turns attacking Higo, 5 turns attacking Satsuma. And this would be my goal, is to essentially attack Satsuma. This is Shimazu's capital province. This is where they have their sword dojo, which is where they're training their Nodachi swordsmen. If I can destroy that, then potentially I can kind of neuter their army productions a little bit. And I don't know if they have anything in Higo. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, I can do a lot of damage here. And then because they have the port, I can bring them just right back here to Totomi by turn 6 of this little strategy. Now, they might get held up a little bit by this garrison. You know, there'd obviously be a garrison here in Higo, and I'd have to decide how to deal with that, whether I want to attack just in one turn and bring it down, which would bring my turns up to 7. Yeah, it's something I have to think about if I want to do that or not. But that's what I think I have to do, because if I can just take Satsuma, that's the main thing here, because I can, once I have like these provinces here, I don't think there's anything in Osumi, really. Hyuga's barely defended, and it's at this point that I just basically have to push them out of Bungo and Buzen. And I don't mean to really eliminate the Shimazu clan. I would prefer to keep them alive here in Iyo and Nagato. That way I can have a buffer between them and the Mori clan. And because they like to stay allied with the Mori clan, the Mori, it's not going to go to war with Shimazu to get through them to get to me. And so there'll be a nice buffer in place. So it would be important if I do this to make sure that I don't kill off the Shimazu family. I know they have an heir here, this 4-star heir, and then I'm guessing the daimyo's here. So, yeah, hopefully I don't kill them off. They do have a port to Nagato, and that is one thing I have to look for, because they can reinforce quickly from Nagato to Satsuma. It's just going to be a question of, you know, how are they going to do that? So, because they still have to leave troops here to defend against potential Mori attacks, even though Mori probably won't attack. So I did take Buzen in the last turn. I'm probably not going to keep it. I think just going back here is the smart play. And I'm thinking, I think I want to burn down these buildings just to make some more money and just kind of take this away from the Shimazu clan. Yeah, 125, and then a watchtower, make another 100 koku. Yeah, why not? I need all the money I can get right now. And yeah, so that takes that away from them. And yeah, I think I don't have a lot here, so that's the issue, is that if they attack Shikugo with everything that they have here in Higo and Bungo, they probably will take it. I only have 3 archers total, plus 3 Yari Samurai, and then a beat up Yari Cav. So hopefully these shinobi that are in these provinces will help just kind of keep these armies here, hopefully. Now that there's a rebel army that spawned here in Satsuma, so hopefully they can maybe take Satsuma for now. Anyway, those are my hopes and dreams. So we'll see what happens there. I am bringing over reinforcements from mainland as well. So yeah, fingers crossed that this works. And so I guess if I'm gonna do this, do I want to send out my shinobi right away? How many do I have? If I want to keep 2 guarding my daimyo, that only gives me 4 to play with, which isn't an ideal amount. I prefer to have 6 to destabilize regions. I could go to I could go to probably not Echigo, because this is an heir, very, very valuable heir. So they probably are going to have shinobi here guarding him. Echu, a 3-star general, that's not nothing, so maybe not there either. I'm not sure. Kazuke, there's another heir here as well, so maybe not there. Kai, maybe? I don't know. Not sure what I want to do with that. Maybe I just take him and go around the long way. Like I take my shinobi down to Totomi, and then use the port to go to Sagami. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, that's an idea. I'll go with that and see if that's what I want to go with. Just because, yeah, I want to just kind of keep them on their toes, if anything. And let's see, do I have any? So, yeah, I don't want to lose Shinano for sure. That's where I'm training my cavalry. Not that I can afford cavalry right now, but yeah, so I think what else I can do, I can bring over, I have a few shinobi here that I can bring over. Yeah, it would be nice defending my general, but I can at least spare, let's say, 1? Yeah, it's tricky. I guess 1 for now, and I'll just bring him over to Sagami. I can kind of scout ahead and see if there's anything there. In the meantime, I need to be training soldiers here because, yeah, I got it. Okay, that's the dicey part, is running out of money. So yeah, I'll train Yari Sam and then a samurai archer, and I'll bring these guys up to Shinano to help reinforce Shinano, and I'll let this stack go on its own little crusade in Kyushu. And then here I'm just gonna keep going with the shinobi, and yeah, keep that going. And I should have enough money. I'm not gonna have a ton left, but you know, it's enough to get me through a couple more producing of soldiers, that is. So I forgot that I actually do have ports in Shikugo, of course, so that takes a turn off of the journey for my army from Honshu to come down, and that kind of makes it pointless for me to seek it. I was trying to get an alliance just to kind of give me a turn or two, or not an alliance, but a ceasefire, just to give me a turn or two of insurance, but in this case, I guess there's no point because I'm going to be attacking in the very next turn. Now, I am tempted to keep my emissary close just because as soon as I'm done with Kyushu, I do want to get a ceasefire again, and then a potentially alliance as well, just to get an extra couple 250 koku per year. But yeah, I do want to keep them alive. I don't want to kill the Shimazu clan. I want to have an alliance with them eventually later on. I just want Kyushu off of them, and I will be able to start this attack into Higo next turn. And they've really weakened. This is interesting. Like, where did all of the soldiers just go? Did they go down to Satsuma to take care of that? Is that what's happening? Because yeah, there's not a lot here. Like, I'm almost tempted to think that, like, I know they have a ton here in Nagato. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I wonder what's going to happen. So obviously I have to press enter and see what's going to happen here. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what the landscape of the forces are going to look like when I actually do attack. Because that's the 5-star general. That's the heir. I mean, that's the daimyo. The heir's up here. So here I have to face off against a 4-star and a 3-star, and they don't really have a lot of troops with them, which is it's tempting to kill them while they're not defended, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait one more turn. I guess I shouldn't get ahead of myself here. I'll just hang on for now. And yeah, I guess I should move these guys though, just because they're just getting decimated by by shinobi, that is. And yeah, I guess I should maybe move them. Oh, I don't know. I'll keep them here for now, and maybe move these guys up here to Buzin. Wait, is there? Oh, I think there is a. No. There's no border for it. I just destroyed everything, so I can just move these guys up here to Buzin. Maybe cause some trouble up here, and yeah, that's gonna be fine for now. Yeah, I just want to see what's going on here in Satsuma, and let's see. I do have an extra shinobi, and I guess I want to move him. Yeah, I want to move these two guys up here to probably not Sagami. I think that's going to be too well defended, but I can go to Izu and see what they have here, and then because it's so lightly defended, I can probably cause some trouble here in Izu. Okay, and just like that, Takeda is starting to get feisty. They've declared war against me, and they are invading Suruga. Now, albeit they are invading with a pretty paltry force here, 180 of their guys versus 120 of mine. I just have a samurai archer and a Yari samurai with a 1-star general. They do have a 3-star general with an extra unit, but I don't know what they have, and I think I actually want to fight this one just because I do know their army comps can be a little wonky. If they have like 2 cav units and I can just hide in a forest, I'd be good. So I'm going to just see what they have, and if worse comes to worse, I can just withdraw my forces. I will retreat to the castle, and then I can just come down from Shinano and kind of help out with a few units from Shinano. Okay, so I've got a little high ground here. A little awkward, but honestly kind of steep on all sides, and you know, it's forested, which is even better. So yeah, let's just press begin battle and see what they have. Oh, and just like that, they got 2 cavalry archers and 1 Yari samurai. So as long as I take out that 1 unit of Yari samurai, I should be fine here. Nice, getting lucky. Alright, my archers are getting some shots in here. These Yari samurai, taking them down to 55 by now. Looks like the cavalry archers are taking some friendly, or not some friendly fire, but some collateral damage as well, which is all good for me. And yeah, if I can get these guys down to, you know, possibly 50, 45, that's going to help out very much, especially with a downhill charge from my Yari samurai. I should do well here. Now, obviously, they do have the better general than me. This unit of cavalry archers are a 3-star general, but, you know, at this point, it comes down to unit composition. I don't think they should be able to do a lot to me, although, ooh, 2 units of cav archers can do a decent amount of damage to me just with their arrows, but I'm going to charge downhill and maybe spread out my samurai archers, possibly. That might be a solid idea. And yeah, I'm just going to charge my Yari samurai downhill. They should beat these guys because, you know, outnumbers and all that stuff. And yeah, maybe get my archers and have them start shooting at the general here. And now somehow my Yari spearmen are losing. It must be because of the expert difficulty and the general's upgrade. So I'm going to send my general in to help out and you know, win this battle here, because yeah, my guys should not be losing. They were outnumbering the enemy, and obviously having this really nice hill position here, that should not be the case. But yeah, this general must be providing some really nice boosts to them. Yeah, down to 35. My spearmen are 31. They're losing, but hopefully with my general in here, hopefully then they can, you know, get these guys to break eventually. That'd be nice. But yeah, it says they're still losing. Okay, now it says the bad guys are losing. It says that I'm winning, but I'm down to only 27, which is bad. And at this point, it's going to be like I have to make sure that I can get back into the forest with my army once I break this. You know, if I break this unit. I mean, come on. Are these guys going to break? They're down to 19. I got 21 Yari samurai. Yeah, this is getting really bad because now they can send even cavalry. Yeah, like Cav has a really bad engagement here, but the fact is I'm out in the open. I'm not in the trees right now, which is really unfortunate. That's they actually might do okay against me. Yeah, I got my spears, and my spears can do some good damage against them, but honestly, with the fact that, you know, they have a, you know, 3-star general advantage, basically, I think they might actually win this one because I'm not in the forest. I'm not getting that forced, you know, debuff, and now they can bring in a second unit of cav archers, and yeah, that's really too bad. It's too bad. I mean, obviously, it sucks that I pushed out of the forest, but it's frustrating. That sucks. That really does. That's frustrating. Now, even with the good harvest, I'm still only making 952 koku this year, so things are bad. And yeah, Lord Yusugi keeps on sending me emissaries. Now I am sending this little ragtag force to reclaim Suruga, and it's unfortunate because since every single man in that army of mine did die, they were ran down by the cavalry. That means there was no one to garrison this castle, which means that I just lost Suruga to them. Luckily, there's nothing really built up in Suruga because there's just a port here, and it's a pretty worthless province as is. I just have to make sure that I don't actually, you know, get into my capital province of Totomi, which actually has a couple more buildings here. And it's going to be interesting to see if they actually reinforce this and kind of push this because, you know, they just have Kai, basically. Kai and Sagami. Those are their main provinces that they have to, you know, care for. And also, since I've had Suruga since the beginning of this campaign, and I have this shinobi here, I might be able to actually instigate a loyalist revolt where I essentially get troops for free, which would be interesting. I've never actually had that happen before because I don't lose provinces very often, but we'll see what happens here. I might actually just end up, you know, taking the territory this turn, and therefore I wouldn't get those loyalists, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to reinforce this. I don't know if they're actually going to push an advantage here in Suruga. So we'll see. I did send down a Yari Cav unit from Shinano just to help, because I'm on the offensive, of course, so I have to make sure I have something that can chase down those Cav archers if I need to. And then I do have, you know, a few archers and spearmen as well, so I should win that as long as it's just this, but then the question is, will they bring over anything from here? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now, it's time to make a push here. So I got my full stack. I'm going to take out this 1-star general and then bring in my 3-star general, which used to be a 4-star, Sakai Tadatsugu. This is a, you know, like I was saying before, it's a historical figure, an actual man who used to actually be alive. So he's going to be attacking Higo. Looks like we got nothing in Tatsuma, and theoretically the path is clear. Now, even if these two, like even if this army came and joined up, that is a lot of Nodachi swordsmen for sure. So I think the key then is going to be having these units basically link up here. And I can actually leave behind, I'll just leave behind some Ashigaru, just you know, what the heck, why not? And I will bring over this army just to attack, just kind of keep their attention here. And I'll just hold my air here in Shikuzen, just to hold against this army here in Buzen. Although it is tempting to attack. It's just awkward because I would essentially have to retreat from Bungo because I'm not going to take Bungo, and then I'd be overextended here, and I just have to go back to Shikuzen again. It's one of those, like, Kyushu's a really awkward island to take just because of that. Like, there's a lot of the way that the provinces kind of branch off each other. You have to attack it in a very methodical fashion. It's actually been a challenge, like a logistical challenge for me to kind of figure out in a lot of my campaigns. Is like you kind of need, you know, 3 half stacks to at least to take care of Kyushu, even in the early campaign or in the early game. So how are we doing here? I just want to make sure that I'm distracting, you know, the daimyo's chilling here. And is this the heir? Yeah, the heir's in Buzen. I don't want to fight him. That's the thing. I want him to stay alive. And the fact that, oh yeah, I did just, yeah, there's a 4-star and a 5-star. And another 4-star. 3 stars there. Yeah, I should see, that's the thing. Interesting. I hope that they stay here so I can just sweep in and take Satsuma. That would be very, very good for me. And also it would be really nice if I can, yeah, they have a 3-star general in here as well. Yeah, let's see if I can take care of these guys. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'm just going to hold here and maybe move my shinobi. No, I'm going to keep them there for now. I like them there. And yeah, this is dicey for sure. With now that I'm at war with Takeda. Does it say? Yeah. So yeah, exactly what I did not want to happen did happen. But I can send my shinobi are in place. That's the good thing, is that if they don't cause a loyalist revolt in this turn, then I can send them into Izu and start causing some issues for them there. And then in addition to that, let's see, I do have some money to spend. Not a ton, but I got some money, and yeah, I might as well just train up another archer here and then another Yari Sam there. And that's kind of going to be it, I guess. I can train up a couple more shinobi, of course, because I just feel like I'm losing shinobi every turn to enemy shinobi. That's how that works. All right, it's getting dicey here. Let's see what happens. Alright, so Lord Shimazu has retreated from Higo. So I did pillage 250 koku from there. That's good. And yeah, invading. Oh, they actually did. Interesting. They took some troops away from Bungo. So now I do outnumber them. But I'm so tempted to fight this. But I have a 1-star general versus their 5-star general. And if they just have like a ton of Nodachi swordsmen, I'm screwed. It's really, really tempting though. But I'm going to retreat. I'm going to call off the attack just because the goal is Satsuma. I have to keep that in mind. The goal is Satsuma. So yeah, I'm going to call that off. And yeah, I have rebels that are causing problems in EO. And so yeah, they did reinforce Tsuruga, which sucks, but it's not the end of things because I still can get that loyalist revolt. So I'm gonna have to retreat from here and have to, because I got more troops that are being trained up. That's the thing. So I can just come in and I can try to fight this again in the next turn. So I'm gonna call off this attack. And yep, I got that loyalist revolt. That's perfect. That's really awesome. So yeah, that whole stack there, that's all just free troops basically for me. Nice. And yeah, treaty canceled from Lord Yusugi. Okay, yeah, because we're allied. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I don't need to be allied with Lord Yusugi. And yes, I keep on losing shinobi. They're just, man, I'm just losing tons of them. All right, so how long is this going to hold out? This is going to hold out for 3 turns. That's not good. That's too many turns. And that's also like a decent, is this a large castle? Jesus, it is a large castle. Dang, I think I need to actually like fight a castle battle, which is annoying, but... And yeah, they have 3 archers, 2 Nodachi, 2 Yari, Samurai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 archers. Yeah, I gotta go in there. I gotta fight it. And just clear them out. I gotta make sure that I need to kill this general, this 4-star general, this 3-star general. It's just a good catch, you know? I gotta do it. And it's tempting because, you know, they're still training Nodachi swordsman and Satsuma's right there. I just want to take it, you know? But I think I have to be a little bit methodical here. I gotta clean this out. And although, do I want to just, this is another idea, is that what I could do is just keep enough soldiers here to keep this garrison under lockdown. So they have 325 men. So if I split my army in half, I'd still have enough to basically keep them in that castle. And hopefully they wouldn't sally out. Then my other half could come here into Satsuma and just take it out, along with this Nodachi swordsman, along with this sword dojo and all this, you know, border watchtowers, make some money off of it. And in the meantime, what I can be doing is continuing to do feigned attacks here in Bungo to keep this army from reinforcing this army here in Higo. That's an idea as well. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Now I just have enough money to train another Yari Samurai and a Samurai Archer, and then I do have these armies in place to hopefully potentially take back Suruga. I don't have any decent generals, so I'd be basically going to go in a 0-star against what they have here. And this is not nothing. Now that I'm looking at it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cavalry archers, 1 samurai archer, and then 3 spearmen, and then 1 Yari Sam. And I don't even know the composition of my loyalist revolt. That's a little bit weird. That's always been something about this game that I think is strange, is that you can see it on like the next turn, but here you can't. So I don't know what I have here. So hopefully it's decent. But do I have any generals like decent? I have a 1-star. That's something. So I can do like a 1-star there, and then send just send an archer back up to here just to trade him out. And yeah, hopefully that's enough to keep things good there. And yeah, hopefully this works down here as well. I got my armies split up, and I'm doing another feigned attack here in Bungo. And I decided maybe I should send my emissary. I know every time I send my emissaries to Sagami to try to talk to the Takeda daimyo, they always get assassinated. But in this case, I'm going to see if I can drive Takeda out of Suruga and then get I'm just going to try to sue for peace if I can. It's risky because I feel like he keeps dying. My emissaries keep dying when I send them to Sagami, but you know, I got to try, I guess. So, you know, that's literally his job. Alright, so Shimazu has just retreated from Satsuma. So Satsuma is mine. That's awesome. I got 350 koku from pillaging. I destroyed 2 facilities. And yeah, this is another feigned attack here on Bungo. And man, this is really tempting. 430 versus 345. But, you know, I got 3 archers. And that's probably not enough if they have like 3 Nodachi. But I don't know. I think I have to hang tight, honestly. I think I just have to call off the attack. Just because that 5-star general, his men are going to fight like demons. So that's that. And then, yeah, this is looking pretty even here. 720 of my guys versus 614 of theirs. I don't even know what half my army is going to be because of the loyalist revolt. Oh, actually, wait. No, so it looks like I do... Because, yeah, this always shows my army. And it looks like I got some Nodachi's swordsmen. Not bad. Cool. And some cav archers as well. Okay, well, this is looking decent. I think that loyalist revolt was better than my actual army itself. So, you know what? Let's fight this battle. Yeah, this is actually a decent little army here. I got a decent infantry line and backed up by 3 archers, Nodachi swordsmen, Yari cav archers. You know, that's a decent little well-rounded army. So I know that they do have a ton of cav archers, so I just decided to fight with in the light rain, just to kind of mitigate the damage that we'll be doing. And it looks like they are kind of formed up on the high ground, but it's a little awkward for me. I wonder if I come in from the left here, or if I go head on into them. So they do have a very small infantry corps here, 2 Yari Samurais fronted by 2 archers, and then just a legion of cav archers behind them as well, and then 1 unit of Yari cav tucked in here on the forest on the hill. So they do have a skirmishing advantage. I do have to get in there and try to get close in and yeah, close the distance with them. My Nodachi swordsman probably won't be too useful here just because, you know, they can do well against the infantry, of course, but they're probably going to get shot to bits before they can get that close. So it's going to be tricky. I wonder if they're going to come to me. That's going to be a question. I can't really pressure. That's the thing. My cav is going to be outmatched by theirs, of course. So I have to make sure I play conservatively with mine. And yeah, I wonder. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit tricky for sure. Alright, so we've started the skirmish engagement. Looks like they got their Yari Cav coming after mine, and I can bring my Yari Cav to try to screen out and help them out, and I can get my spears in as well. So they got caught in my spears, and now my Yari Cav are going to come in right behind them and clean them up, and I can kind of get my Cav archers to kind of support this as well. And let's see, we got spears coming in. Maybe I can get my Nodachi swordsman to come down and clear out these spearmen. And let's see, how about over here on my left flank? I can kind of just keep moving in one by one. And let's see, I can bring on spears and spears just to kind of screen out here. So yeah, I got my Ashigaru in engage at will, and I can have my Nodachi come down here and clean out these spearmen. And how are we doing? So Yari Cav, maybe I can get my Cav archers to help out, because for some reason my Yari Cav seem to be losing here, which is a little annoying. But yeah, I guess they do have their upgraded. Let's see, how are we doing here? So Nodachi swordsman hopefully should be doing well. Maybe if I get spearmen in here and screen them out, and just yeah, there we go. And how are my Cav doing? Are my Cav gonna win this? Now my Yari Samurai are running away here, and it says their Yari. Man, it looks like that one unit of Yari Cav just cleaned out a lot of guys, like a lot of my guys. And it looks like I'm like losing across the board, which is interesting. Okay, so those guys are running away. If I can get this general, that'd be really good for me. So that would be, yeah. So if I can close in on him, looks like we're going to trap the general, maybe. And that'd be really good, because he's a 3-star general. And my Nodachi swordsman should be cleaning up here. Let's see, my archers are firing away. And yeah, this one unit of Yari Cav just like beat, I swear he beat like a unit of my spearmen, plus a unit of my Yari Cav, plus a unit of my Cav archers. I don't know how he did it. Does not sound fair. And dang it, their general did get away. And that's very, very frustrating, because now I have spearmen that are running away here, and my whole army is running away. Like, I don't freaking know what just happened here. Like, that's so frustrating. Man, oh man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that happens. That's very, very frustrating. Like, how did... Okay, so this is interesting. Takeda actually has sent an emissary towards me, and I can't grant that audience, because I can't just give him that territory when it's right next to my capital. I just can't allow that. So I'm going to decline that. Now, I did get another loyalist revolt, so, you know, I guess I can take another crack at this. And, of course, I have reinforcements coming in, so, you know, we'll see what happens here. But, yeah, that's just supremely frustrating. I don't know how I lost that. Alright, so I'm going to assault this castle, and it's just going to be their units of Nodachi swords, although it says they're 90, so it must be a unit and a half of something. Interesting. So yeah, I don't have as many archers as I would like. I only have the 2 units of archers, because I left most of my archers in Higo. But yeah, I'm just going to see if I can just shoot them with my archers and take care of this battle. So my 2 units of archers were only able to kill 9 Nodachi swordsmen with their 27 arrows apiece, and that includes 1 man, which is a friendly fire casualty, I guess. So I guess I'll just try again next turn. And this is very, 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 very tempting. 430 of my men versus 210 of theirs. This is that 5-star general, and it's in Bungo. Yeah, I guess I do want to fight this one. 3 archers. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get it done here. Okay, so they have some forces here in the forest, and I would like to draw them out and, you know, fight them not in the forest. Yeah, so they have 2 units of Nodachi swordsmen plus their general unit. So this is definitely a situation where I need to get them out in the open and get some shots in. Otherwise, they're just going to beat me like they have the last, you know, a million times. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw them out. A lot of times the AI is pretty stubborn about staying in the forest, so we'll see. Okay, so I was able to draw out 1 unit, and they might actually catch my Yari Samurai because Nodachi Swordsmen are faster than my Yari Samurai, but at least I have 3 units of archers that are shooting at them, and yeah, this is very, very good for me. This is exactly what I wanted. That leaves them with another unit of Nodachi Swordsmen in the forest, along with, looks like they got some Yari Samurai actually, which just surprises me. I didn't think that they had those in there. But yeah, this is going to be very, very good for me if I can just get this 1 unit down, and then I can potentially work on this second unit as well. And they might just come right out. Yeah, they might actually come right out. And yeah, this is going to make things easy for me if they come at me just one at a time. And this is the effect of a 5-star general. They got 5 Nodachi Swordsmen, and I know Nodachi Swordsmen do have good stats just on their own, but the fact that we have 5 Nodachi, 1 Nodachi is still fighting me, like that's just crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get, my general back. And yeah, this is a little dicier because in this case, I did not, man, he's still fighting, man oh man. Yeah, in this case, I need to get spears around back and around back here. And oops, actually I'd probably have to have these spears fighting here. And yeah, I can have these spearmen come in the rear and try to help out, have my archers turn around and have my cav chase off their general. Probably won't win against their general, but yeah, let's see if I can beat these Nodachi Swordsmen with my 3 units of Yari Samurai there. And yeah, this is going to be tricky as well. Let's see if I can fire into the rear of this unit with my archer unit. And yeah, so let's see. Okay, so I did beat those Nodachi. That's very, very good. And I can have these spearmen come and flank here. And I can have these spearmen. Yeah, so my Yari Cav will lose against that general. But if I just support and let's see, yeah, I want spears. Come on, help out here. Come on, help out, please. And yeah, I can throw my archers in as well, just to kind of hold the line for a little bit. And yeah, I got it. So my horses they're doing okay for now, but I definitely need to get these archers in to help out. And yeah, this is that 5-star general, and I need to make sure I get him out. I can't believe that my Yari Cav fought to the last man, which is really impressive. But yeah, in this case, let's see if I can get a flank around. And let's see, man, this army is just fighting. They're hanging on. But yeah, if I can get my general, my general around their general, and I can attack in the rear, and I can send all of my spears to collapse here. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And yeah, I should be able to get in here. Want these archers to help out as well, and begin to swarm and bring them down. Alright, a victory. Nice. I really could use one of those. And it was a Pyrrhic victory, if anything. They killed a lot of my guys. I lost 173. I killed 207 of theirs. And yeah, but at least I got that 5-star general down. He is out of the picture. I believe it was a 5-star, right? It wasn't like the 4-star, was it? But yeah, Pillaged Sword Koku. I took Bungo. Man, I really, really could use some victories here. And yeah, we're going for a round 3 here in Suruga. 523 of my guys versus 513 of theirs. Looks like I got another unit of Nodachi Swordsmen from that second Loyalist Revolt. So fingers crossed I can get it done this time. Let's see. Yeah, 1-star general on my side, 3-star general on their side. Let's see if I can get it done. And they still have quite the force here. Man, oh man, I feel like I didn't do any damage to them. Just a ton of cav archers. Still have a decent amount of foot archers, and actually a decent amount of spearmen as well. I mean, I'm going to have to really... So if anything, I just have to really make sure that I guess stick to the forest, just to kind of negate their advantage. Now, if they want to do this and just keep running away from me, then they're just going to automatically win the battle. So I don't know if that's what they're going to do here. Okay, so they've just shifted to where now they're on this side of me, and I don't really know why, because I feel like they've just put themselves at a further disadvantage, because now I have a clear uphill advantage, and if I can get into the forest, I could have a decent forest advantage as well. It's just going to be a matter of if I can redeploy fast enough. They do have the skirmish advantage, but if I can get into the forest, that should be negated. It's going to be a matter if I can get my left flank up here in time to support this side. And yeah, maybe I just get my Nodachi into the forest as fast as possible. And then I can just kind of get my center in support and then push with my right flank, because they just have cav here and I have spears, so I can just push on the right flank there. And I'll have a little bit of cav archers, and let's see, I can just kind of do a, what is it called, a denied flank here, and just kind of hold here on this hill, then push down here on this flank, and in the center as well with my Nodachi. I think that might work. It's going to be tricky just because they do have so many cav archers, and since I lost my Yari cav in the last battle, if they decide just to run away from me, then I'm not going to be able to catch them. But if I can close in with my spears here, I can do some damage. And yeah, same with my Nodachi swordsman. If I can just get them into battle, my Nodachi swordsman should be able to possibly do some damage here. It just depends. The thing is that they can choose the engagement, so they can fight wherever they want. So yeah, so Yari Cav are losing against my spearmen, and that's good for me here. I can bring down some Ashigaru to help out, because they're getting into my archers here, so I don't want that to happen. I'll have my Ashigaru help out there. And let's see, make sure that my Nodachi are fighting their spearmen there, and I can support with my spearmen here, so that works out. And I can have my cav archers hanging out there, and have this right flank, have them keep pushing this way, and just kind of keep these archers so they can't just shoot freely. So let's see, Yari Cav are running away, and let's see, these guys are marching through, and let's see, I want to make sure they don't get around. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine. Now, I need this flank to kind of hold here. And let's see, now this is where it gets tricky, because now they basically just have archers and cav archers, which for the army that I have is actually really hard to beat, just straight up. So what do I do here? Alright, so we got some cav archers running away there, and the general is fleeing, so that's good. I wonder if I could chase down their general with my small unit of cav archers. It's risky because I don't really have a lot here. I only have 18 men, but potentially I can run them down. If I can run down these cav archers as well, I want to make sure that I don't overchase here, and I just have this flank basically like that to head them off. And yeah, we'll see if my cavalry archers can actually chase down and kill their general. That would be really nice, but I don't think they're marching for some reason, which isn't going to help. And yeah, so some units are already regrouping, so I don't want to overchase there. Alright, so they are trying to rally here, and it looks like they might get a couple more rallies in, and yeah, they're going to loose formation, because all they have left is their skirmish ability. But I think if I just kind of keep pushing methodically forward with my infantry, I can kind of head them off, and eventually, hopefully I can kind of just get them to rout off of the battlefield. Alright, that's a victory. Nice. Okay, so I got that done. I killed 372 of theirs. I lost 142 or 146 of mine. So not bad. I finally got Saruga back. So getting some victories here. That's nice. That feels good. Feels like I was on kind of a downslope there for a while, so it feels really good to get it back. And so yeah, I got Saruga back, and one of my warriors has achieved legendary swordsman status. Usually that happens in one of the first turns of the campaign. In this case, it happens for me in the mid campaign. So that just means that I can build sword dojos now, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to go for the Nodachi swordsman build, but if I wanted to, I could. Now, this castle here in Higo is going to fall along with that 4-star general, so that's good. And yeah, this is going to hold out for another year if I don't get it down. And the thing is that I don't necessarily want to keep doing castle assaults that I have to retreat from, because those count as losses against my general, which I don't want to, lose command stars for. So I don't know what I want to do here. I think I might have to wait until this army comes down from Higo because there's more archers in that army. And let's see, one of my generals has achieved 2nd rank, Sakurai Morichika, which is nice because I need all of the good generals I can get here. And yes, this general as well, Kanamori Kageu, I think. And yes, losing Shinobi, of course. Alright, so now that that's done, now I will try to get a ceasefire with Takeda. Let's see, I guess I should probably assault this castle, maybe. 2 seasons. Yeah, what do I have here? I have a few archers. They have a lot of archers though, that's the thing. They can do a lot of damage to me, but I think I do want to just assault this castle and get it out of the way. Right, so going into this next turn, I will be finishing the siege here in Satsuma. It's going to end naturally. Oh, no, sorry, in Higo. This is going to end. It's just going to fall naturally by itself. All the men inside the castle are going to starve to death. And then I can send my archers from this army in Higo to help out with this siege in Satsuma, because one might last a while. I might just actually let it last that long, which is unfortunate, but that might be the way it goes, just because I do need those soldiers up north. But for the time being, things against the Shimazu are going a lot better than I thought they were, honestly. Yeah, getting this general down in this castle, and then getting this 5-star down as well. I can attack this castle because there's only 2 men left, so I can just auto-resolve that one here. And then I can also attack this army in Buzen, which is their air, so I can attack their air with my air. And yeah, they probably won't defend. They're probably going to fall back to Nagato, I'd be guessing. So yeah, I think that could go well for me, and then I could have Kyushu under wraps pretty soon here, and then I can just essentially get a ceasefire with Shimazu and go from there. Now here in the north, I'm going to attempt to try to take care of this castle and get it down in this turn. That way, hopefully I can get my emissary to have a ceasefire with the Takeda clan, because I think it's a little awkward. I think I'd be basically going back to war with them again if I get a ceasefire and then I continue the siege against them. I think that would continue as like restarting that war. So I basically need to get it so where this castle, this garrison doesn't exist, so that even though it's only going to take 3 turns for this to starve out, I may as well get it down now, just so that they don't have an excuse to try to rescue their men, including that 3-star general that's there as well. I want to get rid of him. And then once that's done and I have Suruga resecured, then I can come in and get that alliance in the very next turn, I think. But that is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Step, and this has been Shogun Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.